everyone, it's Destiny, and recently I uploaded a video where I tested out Silver Wolf Lv. 999 without Sparxie. So today we're gonna change it up and we are not gonna be using Yao Guang. Before we get into today's video, I'd love to know which character in 4.2 you are the most excited for, and lastly, if you'd like to see some more content from me, consider subscribing to the channel, leave a like to support today's video, and now let's get straight into it. So for today's team, we're going to be using Silver Wolf, Sparxie, Elation Trailblazer, and Huohuo. So pretty similar team as the last showcase. I ended up replacing Sparxie with EMC, and today we're using EMC in the slot of Yao Guang. So we're just going to take a bit of damage here, no big deal though. This will just result in more energy for our characters. And now with Silver Wolf, we could just use her skill. With Elation Trailblazer, we will also use their skill as well, getting really close to using their ultimate, but I am going to use the Huohuo ultimate here as we will be able to get a nice amount of energy from Elation Trailblazer's Elation skill. And now we actually have enough MMR for Silver Wolf here, which is awesome. Boom, there we go. And we're also going to use the Sparxie ultimate here, getting some more thrill, some more punchline, and now Elation Trailblazer will attack, and we got a nice amount of energy right there from that Elation skill. And now we can go into Silver Wolf's ultimate, and we're immediately starting off at SSS. He has enough MMR to take advantage of the enhanced basic attack buffs. Boom, there we go. Loot box time. And now with Silver Wolf, we're just gonna throw our bomb, big flippin' sword, and Pac-Man, and boom, there we go. Million damage right there. Now with Sparxie here, we are just going to use our skill. We're just going to continuously enhance like so, and boom, there we go. Alrighty. Okay, and now Elation Trailblazer, we can just use their ultimate here on Silver Wolf. And now we're going into the phase with Nikador here. Alright, so we're just going to unleash our attacks here, and boom. Ideally, we would have wanted our Elation skills to go into this wave here, but it is fine. We are still within the zero cycle right now. One thing that is a bit unfortunate though is that we weren't able to break Nikador's war armor before they summoned the spears, but it is okay. We're just going to deal some damage here with the rest of the team. And with Sparxie here, we're going to focus on hitting Nikador as well as the 2 spears. We really want to get rid of these spears just so we could deal a nice chunk of damage to Nikador. Go Sparxie. And now more MMR for Silver Wolf. What I'm going to do with Silver Wolf though is skill first, as she was about to get her turn anyway, and now we can go into her ultimate immediately afterward. And this is going to allow us to start at SS for her ranking, and boom, there we go. With Elation Trailblazer, we can just skill and then use their ultimate here on Sparxie. The reason I'm doing it on Sparxie is actually to give her a bit more thrill, just so she can further enhance her basic attack. Now at Sparxie, we're going to focus on these other spears right here, as the ones to the right are very low on HP. So I want to further reduce the spears on the left now. And these Elation skills should be coming in nicely here, and we should be able to get rid of these spears. Boom, there we go. And now Sparxie time, and we also got her ultimate as well, so we'll definitely take advantage of that. And nice, okay, if we were able to fully reduce Nikador's war armor, we would be able to defeat him within that cycle. It is a bit unfortunate since the turbulence is just going to get rid of that 12% HP, when it could have been nicely used to further reduce the HP of these new spears. With Huohuo, we will just use her ultimate. Elation Trailblazer, we're just going to use the skill, follow up here with the ultimate. We're going to unleash another Elation skill onto these enemies, dealing a nice amount of damage. Boom, there we go. And now it is Silver Wolf's time to shine. We're just going to unleash the Pac-Man, and bam, there we go. Now with Sparxie, once again, we are going to focus on reducing the HP of these spears, as well as hitting Nikador to further reduce their war armor. Now the aha instant time, and oh my gosh, it would have been so nice if we were able to get Nikador to 0% HP within the zero cycle, as there definitely could have been a chance for us to potentially one cycle with this team right here, as we would have been able to deal more damage to those spears. We could have possibly gotten rid of them by now as well. So the loot box is going to come in, Nikador is going to hit us here, so now Sparxie can use her ultimate, and so can Huohuo, giving more energy to the team here. And yeah, it is looking like we are going to clear this roughly in a 2-cycle clear, but I definitely think that we could have gotten potentially that 1-cycle clear with this team here. Silver Wolf time, now the turbulence will kick in, those spears are gone, and yeah, So just a little bit of HP remaining. Once we get rid of that war armor, we are good to go on this showcase here. And with Sparxie, let's just enhance our skill. We're going to be able to nicely enhance this a couple of times here. 18 for the basic attack. Now the Pac-Man and another loot box. Boom! Literally the bomb just freaking destroyed Nikador. We definitely could have gotten the 1 cycle clear, but it is fine. Here is Sparxie's stats here. We do have her signature light cone here, but you can absolutely use Mushy Shroomies Adventures. For her traces, they're maxed out. For her relics, we're using Tengoku at Livestream and Ever Glorious Magical Girl, and Sparxie is also E0. Now we have Silver Wolf here, and here are her stats. We do have the signature light cone equipped for today. For the traces, they're maxed out. For the relics, we're using Punk Lord Stage 0 and Ever Glorious Magical Girl, and for her Eidolons, completely E0 as well. Now we have Elation Trailblazer. We are using Elation Brimming with Blessings for today. For the chases, they're maxed out. For the relics, we're using Lushaka and Diviner of Distant Reach. And when it comes to using Lushaka, I have Sparxie in the first slot as she can actually benefit from the attack buff from Lushaka. As in the case of Sparxie, she will be able to get more elation based on her attack stat. So because of that, actually having your Sparxie in the first slot, if you run characters with Lushaka, can be beneficial for her. And we also are running Diviner of Distant Reach. So we do not have Yao Guang on today's team. So because of that, this can be a nice set to use on your Elation Trailblazer. But of course, if you are running her with Yao Guang, or let's say you just farmed a different set, some alternatives you can consider could be the Ordeal set, or you can of course consider Eagle set as well. As for their Eidolons, they are E6, as you all can see. Now for Huohuo, here she is. He is using Quid Pro Quo. For her traces, they're maxed out. For her relics, we're just using Lushaka and Warrior Goddess of Sun and Thunder. And for those that are not aware, you can stack Lushaka on multiple characters, and you will be able to take advantage of multiple attack buffs. The Lushaka buff from Huohuo, as well as Elation Trailblazer, will be going to Sparxie for today's showcase. And then for her Eidolon, she is also E0. I've not activated any of these, as you all can see. And we are, of course, using Nova Flare Huohuo for today as well. Now, when it comes to this team overall, if you do not have Yao Guang, you can use a team like this on Silver Wolf's release. I would recommend eventually, though, you do consider getting Yao Guang, as she does provide very nice benefits, one of which being that I noticed throughout the showcase, Silver Wolf would occasionally lose the certified banger state. Now, we didn't really have to deal too much with the consequence of this due to Aha Instant either being shortly afterward, or even using Elation Trailblazer's ultimate here on Silver Wolf, which will allow whichever character uses ultimate on to use their elation skill. So this can help out with getting certified banger back for Silver Wolf. Her ultimate will be able to trigger Aha Instant, and then you'll be able to take advantage of all the elation skills on the team versus only one elation skill with Elation Trailblazer's ultimate. So in the case of Yao Guang, if she uses her ultimate, this results in a nice amount of damage output being dealt onto enemies as well. And the ultimate will also be able to increase all allies ult type res pen by 20% as well, which will be able to benefit the entire team's damage output. Also has additional benefits worth noting, such as being able to increase all allies elation with her skill. As for her elation skill, she'll be able to inflict a vulnerability onto all enemies, as her elation skill will inflict Woe's Whisper onto all enemies, which will make enemies take 16% increased damage. And she will also be able to recover 1 skill point for the team after using her elation skill. This is pretty useful for a character like Sparxie, who benefits from consuming a bunch of skill points to further enhance her basic attack. And then of course, having 3 or more elation characters will result in Sparxie getting more thrill and more punchline when she uses her ultimate, and this overall will help a bunch with her playstyle, being able to consume a bunch of skill points during her turn. Once again though, if you are missing Yao Guang, you still can use a team like this on release, but I would personally recommend considering Yao Guang on a rerun if you weren't able to pick her up. But that'll be all for today's video. I'd love to know if you're pulling Silver Wolf. I've actually seen some call her Super Wolf, which I think is a very cute nickname. So I'd love to know if you are pulling Super Wolf, or if you're excited for anyone else in version 4.2. And lastly, if you enjoyed today's video, do consider subscribing, leave a like to support today's video, and I hope to see you all next time. Peace.